Story 3. The Haunting Melody Murder. The sound of rain tapping against the window pane created a melancholic rhythm as I stared at the grand piano in the dimly lit room. The room exuded an air of elegance, but there was an underlying sense of foreboding, an unspoken melody that hung heavy in the air. I was here to unravel the enigma behind a murder that had been orchestrated like a haunting melody, a murder that seemed to be accompanied by the strains of a ghostly tune. The victim was Victoria Winters, a world-renowned pianist known for her hauntingly beautiful performances. Her body had been discovered at the piano, her fingers frozen mid-keystroke, as if she had been abruptly interrupted. It was a crime scene that left everyone bewildered. How could someone so talented and beloved meet such a tragic end? As I moved through the room, the notes of her final performance seemed to echo in the air, an eerie reminder of her talent and the mystery that surrounded her death. Beside the piano lay a sheet of music, its pages slightly ruffled as if hastily put aside. I examined the music. The composition was unfamiliar to me, a haunting melody that spoke of sorrow and longing. The haunting nature of the scene was further intensified by a series of cryptic messages scrawled on the walls in what appeared to be musical notes and symbols. It was as if the walls themselves were trying to convey a message, a secret hidden in the language of music. As I studied the notes and symbols, a melody formed in my mind, a melody that seemed to emanate from the room itself. It was as if the music was whispering to me, guiding me towards a revelation. With a mixture of curiosity and trepidation, I approached the piano and placed my fingers on the keys. The piano responded to my touch, and the haunting melody came to life beneath my fingertips. It was a mournful tune that seemed to echo with Victoria's presence. As I played, I realized that the melody corresponded to the symbols on the walls, a musical cipher that held the key to deciphering the mystery. With newfound determination, I decoded the notes, translating them into words. The message revealed a cryptic riddle, a puzzle that led to a location outside the city, an abandoned mansion with a history shrouded in secrecy. It was there that I believed I would find the answers to Victoria's death and the enigmatic melody that had accompanied it. Upon arriving at the mansion, a shiver ran down my spine. The place was like a relic from another era, its faded grandeur a stark contrast to the vibrancy of the modern world. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness, and the creaking floorboards seemed to whisper secrets of their own. In a forgotten corner of the mansion, I discovered a grand ballroom, its walls adorned with faded portraits and dusty chandeliers. At the center of the room stood an old piano, its keys weathered by time. It was as if the mansion itself was waiting for the melody to be played once more. I approached the piano, my heart racing as I hesitated for a moment before placing my fingers on the keys. With a deep breath, I began to play, the haunting melody that had echoed through Victoria's final moments. As the notes reverberated through the ballroom, a faint light emerged from the darkness, casting an ethereal glow over the room. And then, as if emerging from the shadows themselves, a figure appeared, a woman dressed in elegant attire, her presence both otherworldly and sorrowful. It was Victoria, her form translucent yet vivid, as if suspended between life and death. As the music continued, Victoria's figure moved with a fluid grace, dancing to the haunting melody that had become her legacy. Her movements seemed to unravel the truth, the story of a secret love, a forbidden affair that had led to jealousy and betrayal. The melody had been composed as a testament to her love, a melody that had ultimately sealed her fate. With a final bittersweet note, the music faded, and Victoria's figure dissipated like mist in the wind. The room fell silent, the weight of her story lingering in the air. It was a tale of passion and tragedy, a story that had been concealed beneath the haunting melody. As I left the mansion, the rain had subsided, leaving behind a sense of catharsis. The enigma of the haunting melody had been unraveled, and Victoria's story had been laid bare. It was a reminder that even in death, our stories continue to echo, leaving traces of our emotions and experiences for those who are willing to listen. The memory of that haunting melody would stay with me, a reminder of the mysteries that lie beneath the surface and the power of music to convey the unspoken truths of our lives. The enigma had been solved, but the melody would forever linger, a haunting refrain that resonated in the depths of my memory. The end. Story 4. The art gallery heist. The gallery hummed with an air of anticipation as the guests mingled, sipping wine and admiring the masterpieces that adorned the walls. I stood amidst the crowd, my eyes scanning the room with the watchful gaze of a detective. The event was the grand opening of the Artistic Elegance exhibit, an exclusive collection of priceless paintings that had drawn art enthusiasts and collectors from around the world. The centerpiece of the exhibit was the renowned painting Mystic Nightfall by the elusive artist Alara. The painting was said to capture the essence of dreams and the enigmatic allure of the night. Its colors danced in intricate patterns, evoking a sense of wonder that was both captivating and ethereal. But as the evening progressed, an ominous feeling gnawed at the edges of my awareness. As I navigated the gallery, I noticed subtle signs, a nervous glance exchanged between two guards, a whispered conversation in a corner. My instincts told me that something was amiss, and my experience as a detective urged me to investigate further. The moment arrived when the lights dimmed, and the guests gathered around Mystic Nightfall. A hush fell over the room as the gallery owner stepped forward to deliver his speech, but as his words echoed through the hall, a piercing alarm shattered the silence. Panic rippled through the crowd as the lights flickered back on, revealing an empty space on the wall where Mystic Nightfall had once hung. The painting had been stolen, a heist executed in the midst of the chaos. My mind raced as I observed the scene, piecing together the fragments of information. It was clear that this was not a random act of theft. It was a meticulously planned operation that had been orchestrated with precision and cunning. I approached the owner, my voice calm and authoritative. "We need to act quickly, secure the exits and interview the guards. We're dealing with professionals." As the guests were ushered out and the gallery locked down, I turned my attention to the guards. Their nervous demeanor was evident, their eyes avoiding mine as they recounted their experiences during the evening. It was clear that they were withholding something, a piece of the puzzle that could lead us to the culprits. I pressed them further, and finally one of the guards cracked. He confessed that he had received a note earlier in the day, a note that had threatened harm to his family if he didn't cooperate with the heist. It was a revelation that shed light on the motives behind the theft, a crime driven by desperation and coercion. With the guard's information in hand, I initiated a thorough investigation, tracing the origins of the threatening note and analyzing the security footage for any signs of suspicious activity. It was a race against time, as the stolen painting could be anywhere by now, a valuable masterpiece that could fetch a fortune on the black market. As I reviewed the security footage, a pattern emerged, an unfamiliar face who had managed to evade the guard's attention. It was a calculated move, a diversion that had allowed the thieves to execute the heist with precision. But as I scrutinized the footage, I noticed something odd. A subtle nod exchanged between the unfamiliar face and one of the guards. With newfound determination, I confronted the guard with the footage, watching as his facade crumbled. He confessed to being a pawn in the scheme, a desperate father who had been blackmailed into aiding the thieves. He had disabled security cameras and provided them with crucial information, all under the threat of harm to his family. Armed with this information, I initiated a joint operation with the local police, utilizing the guards' cooperation to track down the criminals. The investigation led us to a rundown warehouse on the outskirts of the city, an unassuming location that concealed the stolen artwork. As we entered the warehouse, the tension was palpable. The culprits were waiting, their faces masked by shadows as they stood before Mystic Nightfall, a mixture of awe and greed in their expressions. I approached them, my voice firm as I demanded their surrender, but they were not willing to go down without a fight. The room erupted into chaos as they lunged for their weapons, shots ringing out in the confined space. It was a tense standoff, a battle of wills between law and criminal intent. But with the element of surprise on our side, we managed to apprehend the thieves, their aspirations of profit and prestige shattered by the reality of their capture. With Mystic Nightfall recovered and the criminals apprehended, the gallery heist came to a close. The enigma of the stolen masterpiece had been unraveled, revealing a tale of desperation, coercion, and the allure of a valuable masterpiece. As I stood amidst the aftermath, I couldn't help but reflect on the complexity of human motives, the way desperation could drive individuals to commit unthinkable acts. As the gallery lights flickered back on, The room regained its sense of elegance and tranquility. The paintings that adorned the walls seemed to hold secrets of their own, stories of beauty, mystery, and the enigmas that lie beneath the surface. The stolen masterpiece had been recovered, but its story would forever remain a part of the tapestry of the art world, a testament to the power of investigation and the unraveling of mysteries. The end. That's all for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Feel free to give feedback and propose new story ideas in the comments section.